to yet another segment of Big B Music and Entertainment. Angihambili one, guys, like always. Today, nihamba nesitasa selangaville esihamba ngegama lokuthi Ghosst, and it's not just a Ghosst with double S. Welcome, man.
Oh man, thank you. That's a nice introduction. I mean, you just melted my heart, hey?
It's only a pleasure. For all those people abangazi ukuthi uGhosst ungubani, uqhamukaphi, please tell us more about yourself.
Yeah, no, Ghosst is a young man from the East Rand, particularly Langaville. I know a lot of people don't know Langaville, but yeah, sizoyifaka emephini eventually, yes. So, yeah, I'm a kid from there, Langaville, you know, coming up as an artist, trying to make a mark in the industry. Yeah, you know, we did the whole going to school thing, you know, coming back. So we're not just rappers, guys. Go to school.
Before we start talking about your journey, Skolo, I need you to tell me about your journey as an artist that comes from the townships.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been an easy journey. I mean, yeah, last Puma Kona, there's hardly a lot of people that make it out. You get a lot of people that fail, a lot of people have given up on life. Yeah, so it was one of those, you know, coming up, learning, you know, going to school in the townships. Yeah, so it actually took me a lot of time for me to actually find the love for music, the love that I have for music. I mean, I tried to go to varsity, I studied, yes, I competed, but things didn't work as much as I wanted them to. So yeah, the journey to music for me was a bit rocky, I'm not going to lie, but yeah, you know, coming from Langaville, you always see a lot of people that are stars from Soweto and you're thinking it's never going to happen for you. So the journey is like that, it's a journey that is filled with doubts. I know people would want me to say, look, it was all, you know, milk and honey, it was good, I just found the love, I went to the studio and I recorded. But yeah, it was one of those things where it was a journey filled with self-doubt, you know, I was constantly questioning myself, is this what I want to do? Yes, I've studied, I look at the family, I'm like, you need to provide, so maybe just go and find a job and stuff. So yeah, it was one of those, but nonetheless, it's a journey that I'm happy with. I don't have any regrets.
Yeah, being an intellect, how did you approach telling your mother about you wanting to leave the educational side of everything and just focus on your craft? How did you go about doing that?
Yo, you know what I did? You know, for me, it was, I actually didn't say anything. I found a guy that was a producer in Kempton Park. Shout out to LMC. My guy did a lot for me. I found this guy. I spoke to him. I said to my mom, look, I'm just going out there to, you know, apply and stuff. I dressed up nicely because I knew I was going to catch a taxi nonetheless. Yeah. So yeah, I went there, I recorded, came back. We actually did one session because we just gelled as this artist. He's an artist as well. So we did that. I came back, he sent me a sample. So I gave that sample to my mom. I was like, no, could you please listen to this? She listened. She's like, who's this? I'm like, that's me. She's like,
she didn't know at all that you were into music.
Yeah, she's like, look, you're this shy guy. I don't see you, you know, doing music and stuff. And I've always seen you as a person that was going to wear a suit and stuff and go, you know, work for somebody or maybe for yourself. So yeah, she listened to my song and yeah, she started jamming to the thing. And I was like, maybe it's an opportunity for me to break the news that, look, I want to be a musician. I've always wanted this. I was just a bit shy to do it, given the fact that, you know, the industry judges people, it cuts you down, you know, especially when they see that you've got something going on, they try and cut you down. So yeah, she listened, she was like, nah, it's good. So I asked her.
Eventually,
yes. Yeah, so she was like to me, hey, look, if it's something that you want to do, I'm fully behind you. And ever since then, I've never looked back. I mean, she even told her friends that, hey, look, my kid is doing music and could you please listen? And they listened. I was so happy the first time that I had people dancing to my music. It was in a party, I came through, I was super happy, and it was all because of her. I mean, she did everything for me. She was there, you know, talking to people, advocating for me. And she said to me, look, take your time. It's good that you want to do this thing, but you know that it's not going to be easy and it might take more time than you think it would. But yeah, I'm fully behind you. I support you, and ever since then, I've never looked back.
Finally, for all those people who do not know, he actually went to school. He's a UJ student. He's a qualified human resource person, and he's also into public management. So yes, big ups for that. When exactly, in the midst of you know, being a student, Sako UJ, and having to, you know, go through that path, because it's a path that you chose, obviously. How did you discover your calling? Good time, man. How did that happen?
Funny enough, and I'm not saying this to discredit other musicians, right? Yeah. But for me, I've been watching TV and I've watched a lot of people performing and stuff, and constantly I was always jealous of the fact that they're living my dream, and that's how I actually tapped into that, you know. I was always looking at them and saying, maybe I would have said that in a different way, you know, you're hip hop musicians and stuff, even R&B and stuff. I was looking at them and saying, look, maybe if I would have written the lines this way, they would have sounded this way. And that actually made me understand music more, and I found the love for music. And ever since then, I mean, it's been recording, trying and pushing my name. Yeah.
So do you honestly think that you going to school influenced the way you went into the industry, or the way you go about writing your music? Did it have an influence when it came to
Definitely. And I encourage a lot of kids to go to school first before they try and do other things. Yes, go to school, guys. Because for me, there wasn't any Model C school that I went to. So for me, UJ was kind of a platform, an opportunity for me to polish up on the English, to mingle with people and sort of get into that comfort zone where I'm able to sit down and have a stellar conversation with a person. I mean, we're not saying that, township schools are not doing a good job, but it takes a bit of time for you to gel into.
When you check, there's a huge gap between
your Model C schools as well as because it took me a lot of time. I mean, I was just roaming around UJ. It was hard to make friends. So I'm thankful that I got the opportunity to go and study, because that opportunity, opened up other opportunities. I got to meet a lot of people that were in the music industry that were trying to push as well. And those people inspired me to also take up the courage to do this thing. So yeah, definitely school is number one. That's the first thing that you need to start with before you do other things.
Anything else.
Yeah.
And do you believe that you should do that because of the entertainment industry needing something to fall back on, or do you feel like it's something that has to be done because it influences the way you're going to go about life as an individual?
No, look, for me personally, there's many ways that you can get to the top. For me, my journey was I needed to go to school to discover the kind of person that I'm going to be. Because I met people, like I said before, that I met people that influenced me.
Connections?
Yeah, connections. I mean, if it wasn't for me going there, I wouldn't have found people that would have told me to go into music and stuff. Because most of the people that told me to take up this thing were people that I met from that side. So we're not saying that if your passion is music, it's something that you need to simply, go through by going the route of school and then coming back into music. You can actually go and push your music. However, for me, it's one of those things where if you don't go to school, there's a contract that you might get, for instance, right? That they might tell you to sign, but because you are not exposed to a lot of things, you're not learned enough. Yeah. That's why a lot of artists, yes, that's why a lot of artists make a lot of mistakes. They sign, and down the line the deal is bad.
I heard that you've got an opportunity to do that as well. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, well, I had a guy that wanted to do this from our side. He wanted to sign me. He promised a bunch of things, but I guess the timing wasn't right, so it didn't work out. Yeah, but nonetheless, it was a good opportunity, and I'm not discouraging people from signing. It's also a good platform for you to sort of showcase your music and stuff, because they bring in a lot of things with you signing. yeah, but for now I'm just going at it alone, trying to figure things out. It's fun. I'm enjoying the journey. I'm learning a lot as I'm going through this thing alone. But yeah, if it's something that you want to do, signing, definitely
Then
do
go
it.
for it.
Yeah.
What's your take on the what are these things called? The businesses that actually sign people. What are they called?
Record labels.
Record labels. Thank you, guys. I'm so sorry. The record labels. What's your take on the record labels in this day and age and in this industry that we're living in? Will you, on your personal opinion, advise somebody to go for that or go through that route to get to where they need to go, or you would emphasize on the point of them having to do it themselves?
Personally, I think, yeah, you know what they say, there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? But from my experience, I haven't had a lot of experience as far as record labels. Just this one guy that came to me and said this thing, yeah. Look, you're made to do a few things in a different way when you're signed as opposed to when you're not signed. However, they teach you a lot of things as well as far as to grow your career fast, because as an artist it takes longer. Believe me, I've been living the experience of it taking longer to get to the top. So with a record label, I mean, you have your marketing teams, you have people, you have a producer that actually has been in the game for quite some time, as opposed to what we're doing, where we find people and they record for us, yes, and we have to take out the money out of our own pocket. So if you have a recording company, they do these things for you. I mean, they even submit your music for you and you get the royalties. You just sit there and you record. Your only job there is to make music and perform, so you don't have to struggle with the administration part of things and all of that. However, you know that taking it back to school, now if you're not learned enough, sometimes it happens, because we've seen it. Yes, the T's and C's, yes, the T's and C's. We've heard people complaining about royalties and stuff, that look, I've been cheated out of this thing, I feel like I've been cheated, but I don't know, because, well, you don't have the necessary resources to go after this thing. So yeah, for me, it's one of those things. It's just a choice that you need to make, depending on how fast you want this thing. It's definitely going to happen, guys, even if it takes you eventually 5 years, 10 years, but it's definitely going to happen. So it's one of those things people need to you just need to be honest with yourself. Sit down, decide what is it that you want for yourself. Do you want to be under a record label and have all of these, perks that I've mentioned, or do you want to do it yourself, where
enjoy all the benefits?
Exactly, and get to learn, because for me it's about the experience. As I'm doing it myself now, I'm learning a lot of things. I mean, I learned how to submit a song by myself.
You did it
exactly
yourself.
You see, so I'm learning all of these things, which means that one day, if I do take up the opportunity to sign, whenever they are releasing my song, I know exactly what steps need to happen in order for them to get the song out there. So it's not one of those things where they just come back and they say, look, this month you made this much money. So I know that, look, the money is going to flow through this and this and this and this, your music platforms and stuff, and how it's going to flow. Like, you get to learn things about how much do you get for streaming, if how many people does it take for you to get a certain amount of money from YouTube. That's the things that you learn as an independent artist. But it's not going to be as easy as if you're signed. So for me, it's either or. It's either you sign or you don't, because I'm not going to sit here and discourage people about signing, which is also a good thing. I mean, we've heard a lot of people, your Kanye West and stuff, that have been signed for years and it's been working, and it's people that we aspire to become. So it's not all bad, but sometimes, yes, there's you get those chances where it just doesn't go the way you anticipated it to go. So it's just that.
Yeah, but before we end this conversation, Ned, there's something I'd like to mention. Today we have a guest performer. He goes by the name of Benny_music. And if you want to know more about his stuff, if you want to know more about the type of music that he does, just follow him. Instagram, Facebook, you name them, he's there. So yeah, and without forgetting to mention that Ghosst is also going to be giving a wonderful performance before the end of this week. So yeah, the last question that I have for you for this interview, please tell us, where do you see yourself, or rather, what do you think your purpose is? Like, should you be given a platform to get each and everything that you desire to have?
Yeah.
What purpose do you think that you as Ghosst are gonna serve?
Mine is quite easy. Like I said, I come from a place where there's a lot of talent, but it's not discovered. I mean, I've listened to a lot of music from artists that I consider to be great. Yeah, so for me, as soon as I get that opportunity to, be out there and the fame comes in, the money comes in, I'm going to try and plow money into my township, into my hood. Make sure that other kids get the same opportunity that I got. Maybe even better if we can do something like that. So yeah, for now the purpose is just try and inspire people. And then from there, once people are inspired, they're able to give back to you as you've been giving back to them. Then you can try and invest the money back into the community. So for me, it's that. I want to see Langaville on the map. I've seen Soweto, I've seen Johannesburg. People are there. They're out there. I come from Soweto.
Speaking, what do you think is lacking with Langaville? Because you're busy mentioning all these other townships that are making it in the industry. What do you think should be done to change the way we perceive the way everything is happening in Langaville?
Yeah, well, it's the support that is lacking. I mean, you look at a lot of artists in Soweto, they always speak about one thing. I got the opportunity, I called up a friend of mine, he called his friend after he got the same opportunity and he was able to push it. So it's connections. I mean, it's through, companies such as, I lost it. Big Benny TV and entertainment.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah.
Big music and entertainment.
BB, yes. Because I always go Big Benny. You know me.
Big Benny.
Yeah,
For
so
all those who don't know who Big Benny is, he's the founder of Big Music and Entertainment. But that's a story for another day.
Yeah, so yeah, it's through that, where they give you a platform. I mean, as it stands now, I'm still coming up. I haven't racked up the numbers that are needed for me to say that I'm famous. But he took an opportunity, he took a chance on me and he said, look, I'm going to be, taking an opportunity to give you an opportunity as well, because it's a 50-50 kind of thing where we're assisting each other in this thing. So he said, look, come through, let's see what you got. I gave him my music, he listened, he said, look, it's good. I have this thing that is coming up, I want to start a channel, which we're here right now, and it's working. It's working. So yeah, but people, please stream, guys, watch the show. It's going to be major. Yeah, so he gave me that, and after that, you're always looking for somebody that is going to believe in your dream. Somebody fresh, somebody new, because I've had people that have been saying, look, you're good enough, but it hasn't been working. But through him, he's given me advice. He's been giving me advice, telling me that, look, the industry is like this and like that. So yeah, it's one of those things. You need these kind of people in your corner.
Tell us more about your music. What's coming up? What you have so far?
Well, yeah, I currently have like 3 singles. They're still fresh. Yeah, because they were released last year, October going to December. I'm trying to work with a few artists, and I have an EP coming. So I'm going to push the EP, I think maybe by December this year, because I want to take my time with this one. I have a good feeling it's going to work. I think it's something that I've been hoping for as far as music, because mostly I'm going to be working on my own as far as, you know, showcasing what I have as far as, you know, the bars, because people want the bars. Yeah. So I'm going to be
We
pushing.
want content.
They want content. They're tired of people just doing feel good music. Yes, it's nice, but they want something fresh, and this is something that I'm going to be bringing out on my EP. So yeah, maybe just look out for that. But for now, yeah, I have my 3 singles. They're on my YouTube channel. You know, the snippets on Instagram, if you know you want to taste before you actually go onto your other YouTube channel. But yeah, so far so good.
There you have it, wonderful people. This is Ghosst, and this is your lady Angela, and we